Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining me. This is Kathleen Osborne, and I am interviewing Melissa Shann. She's going to tell you what she does and then tell you how she got started. Melissa, take it from here.
Good morning, Kathleen. Hello, everyone. My name is Melissa Shann. Um, wow. How did I get started and what do I do? Well, I am an editor and I found that I love to do this and have been doing it for quite some time without realizing that I could use this as a tool, So as a child, I was pretty good with my English and spelling and all that good stuff. And as I got older, I started to write some things, edit certain things just on GP.
Hmm.
About, I would say, 8, 9 years ago, I had a friend who was doing a school paper and needed some help with it. It was a research paper. And, I was led to help her out with it, with the editing and everything. And it was great. And she ended up getting an A on the paper.
Awesome.
Yes, she
Awesome.
did. It was really awesome. We were so excited. And it from there it took maybe 2 to 3 years to come to the realization, hey, I can really use this, as a tool, a business tool to make, some kind of income with it, because I do enjoy doing it. I loved the spelling and the grammar stuff. I loved that.
Oh,
That was,
wow.
yeah, I was just like, let's go, I want to do this. So I created my DBA, editing by mail, and I started that in 2017 and went from there. I had various people come in with books, study guides, resumes, anything written. I'll edit it, and it was great. It was fun.
That is so awesome. I can edit, but I'm more developmental
Okay.
than line. Well, but I do go into line.
Okay.
So maybe I've got it backwards. I'm more line because it's an instinct for me,
Mm-hmm.
even though um I'm not trained like you are. That I never I was good at English, but I was good at standing up and speaking.
Okay, and that's where I was like, not so much.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Okay.
Now is there a genre that you prefer working with when you're doing novels in that, or do you do all genres?
I'm open to most genres. So far, I've done fiction and I don't know if people want to call it religious or spiritual, however they categorize that, for their
Hmm.
work. But those are the two that I've done the majority of so far. But I am open to others as well.
Okay. Because I know that I write steamy romance,
Okay.
and some people um, are not comfortable
Mm-hmm.
doing that.
Got you. Yeah.
And I don't do erotica, I do steamy. And
So
there is
there
a
is a difference.
yes,
Mm-hmm.
yes. Now, do you do this full time or is this a part time or
This is a part time because right now I am working part time, actually at Amazon right now. So,
okay?
yeah, it's 30 hours a week. So I do have plenty of time to do this. If I could get the work
Mm-hmm.
in, it would be awesome because I
Oh,
would love for that to take over. That's my goal.
I hear ya. I hear ya.
Hmm.
And I know it's possible. I've used editors in Europe
Okay.
and I've used them here in the United States, across the United States.
Okay.
Um, depending upon what I'm writing,
Mm-hmm.
is to who I've gone to. Because I also write paranorma and,
Oh, wow. Okay.
um, definitely science fiction with aliens,
Oh,
you
nice.
know, always.
Okay.
And always, mine is always like a, well, I'm a romantic person, so it's always happy ever after or happy for now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you have a website that people can find out how to contact you and to um has your rates on it, or do you just do that after you do a preview of the book?
I don't have an actual website, but I do have a Facebook page, which is considered the business page for that, and it has everything on there that's needed,
Okay.
all the information and stuff, my bio, what I do, and all of that. So yeah.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to ask some personal. Are you
Okay.
married?
No,
Uh-huh. Children?
I have a grown daughter. She actually just
Okay.
turned 40 in December.
Hmm. Well, mine's older. She just turned, you said December?
Hmm.
Mine daughter turned 50 in December.
Oh,
What
wow.
day?
Okay.
What
Okay.
day? What day was your daughter's birthday?
The 21st.
That's my birthday.
No way.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow, look at that.
Yeah. So she's a sister from a different mother, huh?
From a different mother. I love it.
Yeah. And but my daughter is the 11th.
11th. Okay. Yeah, we have a lot of December family members. It's crazy.
Oh, yeah. I know we have both my children are born on December the 11th. They're three
Wow.
years apart.
Get out of here.
Yeah. And my granddaughter, my daughter's daughter is New Year's Eve.
Wow.
Um, we have, in the past, my sister is widowed and her husband was December. My mother was December. My
Wow.
brother's ex-wife, who we all still associate with, is December.
Okay.
So, and there were more
Mm-hmm.
that, and so, and then you have Christmas.
Right. Right.
Oh,
Yeah, my dad
yeah.
was a Christmas baby.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Hmm.
With my children, I never put the tree up until after their birthday.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. I wanted it separate
Hmm.
for them. And then, but my birthday, oh, well, it is what it is.
Yeah.
But where do you live?
I'm in California, Southern California, in San
Okay.
Bernardino. Hmm.
Okay. My goddaughter lives in San Bernardino.
Okay.
Yeah. She lives on Pico Night. I think
Not
it's on
quite
the
sure where that
western
is.
end. That's We've never been to that house, but
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a nice sized city.
yeah, it is. It is.
Hmm.
What um what are your goals as an editor?
As an
Do you
editor, my
have
goal, I think my ultimate goal
mhm,
is to link up with like an awesome publishing or editing company, have have contracts with, them to just have, so I could, have that incoming ongoing work, that'll
mhm,
stimulate and, have that income coming in. It's one of the businesses or business plans that I have for myself. This is one of several, but this
mhm.
was like the first. that I actually got going. There was a little, some rhythm going to it. It eventually kind of slowed down, but this is something that's still on the plate that I would love to, get back, get a jump start back on it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
My brain's going a mile a minute. Now, that's why I'm pausing. I want to, what is your specialty as far as editing? Is it line editing? Is it developmental editing? Is it proofing?
I would say, I would say a combination of those because I
Okay.
the it's the spelling and the can't even think right now. The
Uh-huh.
grammar, the punctuation is a big deal for me. I love doing that stuff. Putting, the semicolons and the colons, the commas, the quotations, all that.
Mm-hmm.
Hyphens, everything. But I think the spelling is, I think, my number one because I that
Okay.
was the one thing that I felt that I was really good at, and
Mm-hmm.
so that's one thing that I really look out for. And so with it, that
Okay.
the proofing is really big for me.
Do you also format
A
for
little,
print?
a little. I'm still getting adjusted to that because I want to be able to do all of that. So
Okay.
yeah, I'm still working on that area, but it's coming along. It's coming along.
Okay.
Hmm.
I can understand that. But I've done formatting for other people, and it can be um very draining.
Yeah, it's very tedious. It can be very tedious. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
yes.
So it's because some people are they don't want to change anything, and you have to meet the criteria
Right,
for the different booksellers.
right.
So that's part of the challenge for first time writers
Hmm.
that I have found. So I I can give you a little bit of tips on that.
I would love that. Thank you. Yeah,
Well, we'll talk
sure. Yes.
about that.
Okay.
Um, but the one thing that I'm excited about is that you do all genres, basically
Hmm.
science fiction, romance, fantasy,
Yeah, I
all
am
of
open.
that,
Hmm.
along with um, religious and nonfiction. With the nonfiction, do you do things like, do you prefer memoirs or just the storytelling of vignettes or
Either or, either or.
either
Actually,
or?
my book was is gonna be like an well, I haven't finished it yet, but I've been working on it. It's gonna be, autobiographical. Yeah, my
Okay.
my memoir, story of my life.
Yeah.
So yeah, I love doing true stuff, real stuff too. It's yeah.
Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah. I have I work with a team that does anthologies, and our first one was called Tolerance because it came out in 2020 when everybody was intolerant.
Right, right.
And it was a gal from New York, and her parents had been imprisoned during World War II,
Oh, okay.
Jewish internment, and what it was like being a child of parents that went through that kind of horrific um, lifestyle.
Hmm.
That she said they moved every year, but she did two short stories, and they were memoirs of that time,
Okay.
growing up with them.
Hmm.
And I learned something that I never knew. This is one of the joys I think that you find also when you
Hmm.
read, when you edit, you discover things of
Yes.
about other people.
Yes. Yes, I love reading people's books. I love
Ah,
reading as I go along. I'm working, but I'm still reading at the same time. It's like, wow. I love reading people's work. I love it.
well, one of the other things that you might want to branch into is being a beta reader and an ARC reader.
Okay.
Betas are before they're published and they're
Okay.
looking for problem areas, and
Okay.
they do get paid, most of them.
Okay.
And ARC readers don't get paid, but they get the book
Oh, okay. Okay.
and they write reviews. Some
Okay.
of them do get paid. I have a friend that's an editor in Italy,
Mm-hmm.
and she gets paid for her reviews,
Okay.
but she does get a copy of the book. She gets the ebook is what she gets
Uh-huh.
because
Okay.
she's overseas. But
Mm-hmm.
that's another avenue to marry into your skill set because you
Okay.
are already doing that.
Right. Okay. Yeah, definitely something to look into. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
So um, I was going somewhere before I got off on that tangent, and I can't remember. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh,
No
that's
worries.
what's wonderful. See, this is why I like to do interviews the way I do them. I don't like super formal.
Mm-hmm.
I like informal because
Okay.
then that's why I chatted with you first because I wanted to know you
Mm-hmm.
and I wanted you to know me
Yeah.
so that we're friends and can have a Zoom over a cup of coffee.
Oh, you have your cup too. I was like, okay, wait a minute. I know we're interviewing, and it's like I keep looking at my coffee cup over here on the seat
Go
window
right
sill,
ahead and have
so
a
I can
sip.
I can drink it.
Yes, you may.
I love it.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Awesome.
Oh, yeah. And now I met you through Alignable.
Mm-hmm.
And how do you feel about Alignable? Do you think it's
You,
been good for your business?
I think it has to a degree, and I think because I've been so busy, I'm not able to get on there every day. But when I do check it, there's always something, so and so, about referrals and wants to contact you. Does your business do this? Do they do that? So it's like, okay, they are inquiring, so that is a good thing because
Mm-hmm.
I was had been getting worried because I hadn't had any editing work in so long. And it's like, oh my gosh, I don't want to just X this off the plate, because it's still there's something that can still be done, with it. So
Mm-hmm.
as long as people are inquiring, that means it's a good thing.
Yeah, I believe so. I truly believe so. And I think somebody with your qualifications
Hmm.
and uh, your integrity,
Okay. Hmm.
because it shines through. It really
Yeah.
does. And that's what most people want. Somebody who will be brave enough to say the hard things.
Hmm. Hmm.
Like, I wrote a really nice story and I went to a critique group and they said, you don't need this, you don't need this. And that was half my story.
Hmm. Hmm.
And that's what you need from an editor. That was the hardest thing for me when I
Okay.
wrote my first story was the editor sat down with me and she lined through page after page after page. You
Hmm.
don't need that. This is too much information.
Okay.
It's like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We gotta learn that balance. It's like, okay, this is a need to know. This, not so much. That type thing. Yeah. So you do have to
mm-hmm,
really like balance it because you don't want to
yeah,
put too much information because then you're like, the reader's like, oh my god, this is.
yeah. It slows it down and it
Yeah,
bores them.
yeah, yeah.
And you, as a writer, you don't think. it does or that
Right.
it will. And that's why it doesn't matter if you're an editor or only an author,
Yeah.
you still need somebody else to edit.
To look at it. Yeah. Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
if you,
I had to struggle with that for a minute, even though I'm not done with mine, but as I'm writing, I'm editing, so
uh
that's why
huh,
it's taking so long. But
yeah,
it's like, okay, honestly, I really do need somebody else when it's time to, go over this and, so we can have a meeting of the minds because, I don't want to just be the one to just throw it out there and it just be a mess. you know,
exactly,
I
exactly.
don't want that to happen. So yeah, you gotta have somebody else to have that other pair of eyes.
I'm still best friends with my first editor that,
Mm-hmm.
tore up all my darlings. Um, and I learned though, and this is something that you could counsel somebody with if you want,
Mm-hmm.
um, have them create a file called their darlings.
They're
And when you tell
darlings.
them they have to cut them out, tell them to put it in that
Okay.
because it could be put in a sequel.
Right, right. Not that they're necessarily thrown out. They can be put aside for something else. That makes a lot of
Hmm.
sense.
Yeah. And then they don't feel so bad because I didn't feel so bad when I could keep them, but
Mm-hmm.
they were over on the side.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that makes
Made me feel
sense.
better.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Wow. That no, that
Oh,
makes a lot of sense.
yeah. Well, Melissa, this has been so much fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
I truly enjoy you.
Oh, thank
And
you.
how can people find you?
They can go on Facebook. Actually, you know what? Let me pull it up real quick so I can give the exact site. I'm going to my page. It is when you go on Facebook, you can look up Kingdom 5777, and I should come up editing by Mel,
Okay.
MEL. Mm-hmm.
All
And
right.
I also take text. I don't have a problem giving out my phone number. I know how to nix those who are not serious versus those who are serious, who really want to get the work done. So yeah, my
Okay.
number, I can give out my cell number if that's okay.
Yes,
Okay.
go right ahead.
Okay. It's area code 909-646-2112. And you can call, I take texts. I love to text. I don't mind that, for communication. Long, we can get together and get something going, that'd be great.
Awesome.
Great.
Now, what she just said, I'm going to create a page after we close that
Okay.
you'll be able to just pause
Hmm.
and jot all that information down so that you can follow up with Melissa Shann
Yes.
and you will get a honest, honest editorial on your work.
Yes.
Melissa, thank you
Thank
for
you.
joining me.
Thank you.
And
I
ladies and
appreciate it.
gentlemen, thank you for joining us. And until next time, have a wonderful